episode 138 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news. And I'm Eric Mickles.
And I'm Nick Gunning.
Yes.
I thought that'd get you pumped up.
I am pumped up.
Said my name.
I was pumped up the first couple of times I tried that intro.
Yeah, well.
So it was weird when I
if
said...
at first you don't succeed, try again.
The weird one was where I said the All the Book Show, episode 138.
Yeah, you reversed the order.
It just felt weird.
Classic reversal.
Yeah.
The old switcheroo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Happy Library Week, man.
Happy National Library Week to you, Eric.
Yeah. What you get me?
What did I get you?
Yes.
It's better. I shouldn't describe it.
Okay.
I guess it's delivered it later than I thought, so
I got you a framed plaque, a picture and a plaque of the first library we ever worked at together.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout outs to our friends at the Willard J. Houghton Library.
Yeah.
Houghton, New York. Anyway, today is the start of National Library Week, so we will be talking about libraries today. So it's a little too meta. Is that too meta? Do you think we should workshop?
Every week we talk about libraries.
Should we workshop some titles so that people seeing this don't just instantly tune off?
Oh, like what?
Like Nic and Eric and the Radioactive Man.
And the Radioactive Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so not Radioactive Man from The Simpsons.
No, not that one. No.
No,
or the one where Eric cries.
We're going to call this the episode The One Where Eric Cries?
The one where Eric cries. That'd be funny. I think if people saw that, they would
But
probably...
I don't like Friends.
Oh, that is kind of a Friends reference.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, I don't know. We'll pop back and
I
we'll
just
talk
never
about
really
that.
liked the characters on Friends.
On Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you're so unique.
What?
Your taste must be so much better than everyone in the 90s.
I mean, I like Frasier, so that's not very unique. Everybody.
That's true. You're right.
Frasier,
It's
Seinfeld.
okay to not like Friends.
Frasier, Seinfeld, Home Improvement.
I honestly didn't really think that I liked Friends, and then we started watching it. Mm-hmm. About midway through, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it sort of decrescendoed.
Right. I've watched enough Friends to be able to decide, like, it's just not my jam. I would never watch it on my own. Do you count Malcolm in the Middle as a 90s show? I think it started late 90s.
It feels like a 90s show. Actually, no, it doesn't. It feels...
early aughts.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So I don't know if I would count that.
No, probably not. No, January 9th, 2000 is when it started.
Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah.
Really? All right, well, there you go. So I'm going to
totally
say Home
missed
Improvement, Frasier, and Seinfeld.
Oh, that's good. That's a good haul. I mean, for me, it's
stuff.
Beverly Hills 90210 all the way. But
that's not a sitcom.
It's not a sitcom, but it's where my heart was at.
Yeah, it's your
Mad
junk
About
food.
You. Mad About You would be my 90s sitcom choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like news radio.
Oh, yeah. News radio's great.
And no, Just Shoot Me, you can't count.
You can't?
No, that's not a 90s show.
Oh, okay.
That's a 2000 show
Boy,
as well.
that is cut from the mold of a 90s show, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it.
Hey, bad news. It premiered March 4th, 1997.
Just Shoot Me?
Yeah.
Was a 90s show.
And went to 2003, so it was equally in the 90s.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I know you said it feels like a 90s show, but it definitely felt like a 2001 production.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, all right. Well, I like Just Shoot Me.
Good.
Really? David Spade was getting sitcom jobs in 97?
97, yep.
Oh, I thought that was like a comeback show for him. All right. Good for him.
I think that was more a keep the lights on show for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that 90s sitcom talk will eventually turn into our talk about libraries. We both work in libraries. Have you been you know what? Don't tell me. I was going to ask if you've been a library user your whole life, but I don't want to know.
Yeah. Technically, we had like this impromptu love of library talk back in like episode 4 or 5. It was a very early one.
Yeah, we talked about interlibrary loan.
We were doing something. We were talking about something else, and then you're like, "How do you feel about libraries?"
Yeah, we just freestyled.
We just had a love on with libraries.
Yep.
So.
Yep. But
we've
got some nice listener responses that we're going to talk about a little bit too, so you don't have to just hear what we think.
That previous one, we didn't have any listeners.
Just you and me, buddy.
Just you and me.
Just old school.
Listening over and over again to the podcast, like, this will help the stats.
Yep, the old crew.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's jump right into the bookmark segment.
Okay.
I read some stuff, and I'm going to tell you about it.
Okay, that's how it works.
I've been on a drought with graphic novels. I haven't really been into any graphic novels. I read Green Arrow, City Walls. It's been a while.
I'm pretty sure last week you talked about graphic novels you had read.
No.
Okay, I think you're imagining a drought that didn't exist.
Well, regardless, I read Green Arrow, City Walls. It's volume 5 of the Green Arrow series, and it was fine.
Okay.
That didn't really do much for me, so I don't know.
Star City Walls is what I would have called it.
Oh, that would have been good.
Thank you.
I also finished The Beatles by Hunter Davies.
Yeah.
This is one that I started quite a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
The last graphic novel I read was March 26th, just to get that out
Wow.
there. And before that, it was March 19th. So a bit of a...
Yeah, man. You need a Marvel Unlimited app.
Yeah. Anyway, The Beatles by Hunter Davies. So this is kind of an interesting book in that it was written... It's the only book that was written like with Beatle involvement, like an official authorized biography. And the deal was that no one else could write about the Beatles. Like they wouldn't give the rights for another 2 years.
Wow.
And by then they'd broken up. So it's the only book written like with their involvement while they were Beatles, like right in the heyday. So it's really interesting for that aspect of it. A lot of it, like if you're familiar with the Beatles, you're going to be like, oh, wow. So Paul was the one who was really like creative and tried to keep things together. Yeah. Interesting. You know. But
Nick's being very sarcastic right now.
Yeah, a
lot
of sarcastic movements.
Yeah, a lot of hand gestures.
Sorry about the finger guns. That's not really relevant. But what is cool about it is that he talks to all like the Beatle parents. He talks to Pete Best. He talks to like everybody who was a major player in the day that nobody else has really like mined those quite so well. And there was an interesting postscript of Paul McCartney just kind of going on a diatribe about his relationship with John and sort of the sainthood of John after he was killed. So it was really interesting for that. And I can tell by your so you're very interested in what I'm saying.
No,
so
I'm sorry.
thanks for batting that back. But so this was cool. I'm glad that I read it. If you know a lot about the Beatles, I don't think you're going to find a ton new, but the freshness of it does make it like worth picking up. I read Captain's Honor by David Devorkin. I have been on a Star Trek kick.
That's why I'm thinking
this was a next-gen book. It's a sequel to an original series episode that we'd watched, and it was pretty cool. It's got low ratings. It's very atypical. Like the Goodreads reviews are all really low.
Right.
But I liked it.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. And you don't love next gen.
No, I don't. But I think if I was ever going to recommend a Star Trek book to you, I think that might be that one.
Really?
There's a whole in the original series they come around this planet where they sort of like are following classic like Roman society. In the next gen book, those people crew like a Federation style ship.
The Roman, not that like hippie planet where everybody's just like making love and you can't go into like the forbidden zones.
No.
Wesley Crusher will be
No,
murdered.
this is an episode of the original series.
Oh, okay.
And the next gen novel sort of takes that society and puts them in like a starship, basically. So I liked it.
Who's the first Romulan Starfleet person?
No one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Time to break down some walls.
I guess so. Yeah.
All right.
The first person to ever play a Romulan was Mark Leonard, who went on to play Sarek, who is Spock's father.
Who is a Vulcan.
Yeah, who's a Vulcan.
I guess that's kind of breaking down some walls.
Yeah, there you go. I read The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society for our Patron Picks book club.
That's a silly title.
Oh my gosh. And if you were so inclined to do a drinking game, if you drank every time they said the full title of that book, you'd be on the floor by chapter 2 because they don't stop. They really like the title of this book.
All right.
You know, it's one that I said in my review that I really feel like it's just like personal taste. Feels like we discussed last week, like it's like a BBC type thing. Just the tone and the dialogue and the characters, the character interactions. So like if that's your jam, I think that you'll really like this book because I think it's well done. I think the story's interesting. For me, I just couldn't get into it. It was a slog for me.
Okay.
It's a quick read, so that's one thing. But I felt
but not
like
a good read.
Yeah. I just felt like, okay. So I think it will be a hit with the book club, as I said, but not a hit for this guy.
Boy, we have your disdain.
Disdain?
For the book club members right here on record.
No. I just know there were several who were really excited about reading this book, knowing what it was. Okay. So I think that they'll find it. Right. It's also because it's right on the heels of All the Light We Cannot See, and they're both like World War II stories. Oh. And that one was very good, and this one was just kind of cutesy, and so it didn't...
Nice, a cutesy World War II story.
I don't know.
Finally.
Anyway.
Finally somebody found the humor in World War II.
Yeah, I'm reading another...
I guess that was...
Star Trek Next Gen book.
Oh, my word.
Called A Hard Rain.
It's going to fall.
You know the Dixon Hill stuff in Star Trek Next Gen?
I know the Bob Dylan song, Hard Rain's Going to Fall.
Picard's like PI persona. They do it in First Contact.
Yeah, Dixon Hill.
This is a book that's like about that.
Okay.
We watched that episode. So that's why.
That's like a first season thing.
It is a first season thing.
Beverly Crusher like comes out all dressed in like 1940s. And
Picard can't handle it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Picard can't handle it.
Here's a fun story. My son and I watched this while my wife was away. She was not pleased that I showed him The Next Generation while she was gone.
Really?
So yeah, not happy at all. Not happy at all.
Okay.
We made amends.
Well, that's
but
her preferred series?
Yeah.
And your preferred is Voyager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves Voyager too, though. But we're talking a lot about Star Trek, and
yes, we are.
no one cares. Certainly not your sister. Nobody cares about Star Trek.
That's an off-air conversation,
It is.
sir.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Julia, don't worry. We're not talking about you.
But you only have one.
I have two sisters.
Anyway, here's another story.
You've only ever met one.
That makes me sound like an old man.
Oh,
okay.
I can't wait.
So you know how I love Michael Keaton.
Yes.
He's got a movie called Touch and Go.
Okay.
Which is like impossible. It's not on DVD or whatever. It's on like a compilation DVD, but it's impossible to find.
Okay.
Anyway, I wanted to watch it.
Right.
And so, like an old man, I was like, well, maybe it's on VHS or something. So I found a VHS tape, and I bought it on eBay.
Right.
And then it came, and I went to play it, and the inside reel was broken. And I was like, well, I know how to fix that.
Right.
So I was like, getting my
Fixing it.
screwdriver to take it apart and like glue this back together. And I was like, you know, you can get movies digitally now. And so it was available for like $4 online. So I put my VHS fixing tools away.
That's funny.
And we just watched it online. So
maybe I wouldn't say you're an old man there.
you don't think?
No, just
Okay.
maybe just behind the times.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
You're just like, I wonder.
Well,
if
it's just my first instinct was like, it's not on DVD.
Yeah.
I bet it's on VHS. Not to see if there was any streaming option
no.
for it.
I mean, it's
That
not like you were
seems like
like,
an
I
old
wonder
man.
if I can watch this on my Zune.
That's true. Old men like Zunes. No one likes Zunes. Not
Yeah.
even Bill Gates.
Poor Bill Gates.
The only time that's ever been said.
You almost did a spit take there.
I did.
Like,
Yeah.
Bill Gates is poor.
I just wanted to get in on that
Yeah.
so fast. So anyway, I watched Touch and Go.
Yeah.
It's where Michael Keaton is a professional hockey player,
Okay.
and a group of kids try to mug him, and he sort of takes a liking to one of the kids, and then he takes a liking to one of the kids' moms.
So you had a good time watching.
We did. We actually set off to watch,
Why wouldn't they call it touch and goal?
because that's not a phrase.
But he's a hockey player.
Yeah, I know, but that's still not a phrase. It's just a nonsensical stringing together of two words. We started the night by trying to watch Adult Beginners with Joel McHale and Nick Kroll, and we watched about a half hour of it and realized we'd seen it before. So again, that's another story in which I seem like an old man.
That's the old man thing. Like, I swore I've read this book.
Because we're going to see Joel McHale.
Yeah, we're going to see Joel McHale.
At Alfred University.
Alfred
Looking
University,
forward to that.
yeah.
I've been watching the sixth season of Community, which I'd never seen before.
Nice.
I've been enjoying it.
Watching my copy of
I
Community
am watching
season
your
6.
copy. Thank you.
So I just did a whole rewatch of Community a while ago.
Nice.
That was a fun time.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
Thought I'd share that.
Thank you.
Watched all 6 seasons.
Thanks for telling us.
And no
Are they ever
movie.
going to do the movie?
I don't know. Everybody's so busy now.
Yeah.
Allison Bree's doing her Glow TV show. Joel McHale is doing.
They're all busy doing
Super
stuff that
again.
nobody's watching.
No, Troy's busy.
Yeah.
Donald Glover's busy.
Okay.
Yeah. And
He's in that solo film nobody wants to see.
Donald Glover?
Plays Lando.
Oh, the Solo. Right.
Calrissian.
Han Solo
Originated
film.
by
You
Billy
said
D.
solo
Williams.
film, and I thought like a film by himself.
Oh.
Like a one-man show,
Just
but
a
a movie
one-man,
form.
yeah, it's him on a sailboat.
Yeah, I didn't watch the new trailer for Solo. Did you?
No.
Okay. Well,
No,
we can't.
does it still star that dumb kid as Han Solo?
Yeah.
Pass.
I've been thinking though, if it's just like a
No,
fun,
you know what? I'm going to try.
Yeah, I'm hoping if it's just like a fun, stupid romp,
Yeah.
then I'll just enjoy it as like a fun sci-fi-ish romp, and maybe not have to connect it to Star Wars so much.
True. Well, I have enjoyed a Star Wars movie since Force Awakens, but we don't have to talk about it now.
Yeesh.
Old man?
No.
Okay.
Well, a little. I don't know.
Well, neither is Mark Hamill.
What?
Enjoyed a Star Wars movie since
Since what?
Force Awakens.
You think?
He didn't like Last Jedi.
Yes, he did. You've only read the first interview.
Oh.
And where they cut it off.
I see.
And he's like, no, that's not entirely what I meant.
I see.
So,
Okay.
also, he loves like everything George Lucas does.
Yeah.
So,
He loves Red Tails starring Cuba Gooding Jr.
I'm just saying, if Mark Hamill had 100% his way, we'd be watching George Lucas's new trilogy,
Gross.
and then you'd be having a real fun time.
Jar Jar Binks Awakens.
Oh, jeez.
All right, just tell me what you read.
Misa had a great nap.
We're still in our bookmark segment.
Yeah, we are. This is when we do the Jar Jar Binks impressions. You
yep,
know this. All right.
Hey, you know what? Every
What?
other Star Wars character is getting their own solo comic book. Where's the Jar Jar solo comic book?
Oof.
You'd
Well,
read
he
it.
had a few He had a few solo episodes on Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yeah.
Well, there was a bold episode on Clone Wars where like, what if we did a C-3PO Jar Jar Binks team up?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's yeah. You just sounded like some Star Wars character I can't figure out.
Oh, thanks.
So, or maybe Strong Bad. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
Oh boy, no, I can't do a Strong Bad. Do a
That's
Strong Bad. Say no
Clear
boy.
from that. Oh, boy.
Yeah, there you go.
That was crap.
All right, so I read some graphic novels. I'm sorry we've been dragging this on just to talk about comic books. I read this Batman book called Volume 2, I Am Suicide. I guess I thought it was going to feature the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It just featured like a Batman created Suicide Squad for this mission with characters I've never heard of. And apparently Bronze Tiger is like best friends with Batman now. And they're going... You've read this.
Yeah.
The Batman I Am Suicide.
Yeah,
Do you like the dialogue? I can't tell if it's clever or annoying.
I think I did like the dialogue, yeah.
Because he'll be like, Catwoman will be like, I killed 240 people. Why are you chasing me? He's like, you killed 240 people. How could I not chase you? And like they keep calling each other.
That didn't sound good.
They keep calling each other Cat and Bat. Like, Cat, you have to turn yourself in. Bat, you know I won't. Cat, you know that's why I'm chasing you. And it's just kind of like, I get it. You can repeat lines in a clever fashion.
One of the 1-star Goodreads reviews for I Am Suicide says, I am a bad Batman story.
Snap.
It's pretty good.
It was whatever. I mean, the story I didn't think was terrible.
Yeah,
I just don't like the execution. Also, for a while, they're making us think that Catwoman did kill 240 people.
Yeah.
And the whole time, I'm like, I just wanted her to be a bad guy again. I didn't want her to be a mass murderer.
Yeah. No,
so we talked about this in the car, but I just want her to be like, ooh, a red diamond. It should be mine.
But she always steals cat-related things, so why would she want a diamond?
Rare cat-related diamond.
Just call it the cat's eye diamond.
The cat's eye diamond.
Why does she sound like this?
I don't know. I guess that's my voice. I guess that's my Eartha Kitt.
You're going kind of an Eartha Kitt. Yeah.
Yes. How perfect of a crime this should be. Meow.
You sound more like Vincent Price as Egghead over there.
Exquisite. Oh, jeez. Anyways, that was a stupid bit. I read Astonishing X-Men Volume 11, Weaponized by Marjorie M. Liu.
And loved it.
No, I think I gave it... Oh, I gave it 2 stars.
Ooh.
I could not get into this story.
Oof, that's an oof, ladies and gentlemen.
I finished The Superior Foes of Spider-Man, so it's only 3 volumes because it's only 17 issues. Mm-hmm. That sound effect was Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost called you Matt and then Glenn.
Oh, no.
But your name is Nick.
Oh, no. It's like when the parent calls you all the other.
Yeah. Yep. My dogs all start with the letter S.
Yeah.
And yesterday I went to go like tell Sniffers to stop doing something. I was like, Scooter, snip. And then I was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm my mom.
Yeah.
So, anyways, The Superior Foes of Spider-Man. This was a lot of fun. Why are you just staring at me like that? Nick Spencer, the guy who wrote it, did the Ant-Man comics that you liked.
I love those Ant-Man comics.
So these crack me up. And I read Low Moon by Jason, who is a Norwegian...
Like Freddy versus?
No, Low Moon.
Oh.
By Jason. Oh, I get it. Jason is a Norwegian comic artist. Very stark.
Jason.
Humanized animals. Very adult, but very melancholy.
You're really selling it.
I really liked it. I've read one of those things, the Living and the Dead, and it was very sad. But Low Moon was really good.
By Norman Mailer?
No.
The Living and the Dead?
Oh, no, that's The Naked and the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was going to tell you something, like in one of these
Go
stories.
Ahead.
No, I can't remember. I thought it was going to be kind of a spoiler.
Open up.
No. Oh, and I'm reading. This one has been a pain. I have not been able to get into Abaddon's Gate, The Expanse #3 by James S.A. Corey, who's actually 2 writers.
Yeah.
But so I'm 81 pages in, and I just have not been able to connect with it. In fact, Saturday or Sunday, I tried to read it, and I fell asleep.
Can't do it.
But then
That's a shame.
Last night...
There's a lot of those books, too, aren't there?
Yeah. Last night, there's just been introducing a lot of new characters that I haven't really... And we haven't... It's just 3 books in. I'm obviously here because I like certain characters.
Yeah.
So when you spend like 50 pages just introducing the new characters, and I mean like a bunch of them, it's just kind of like, and it's really only like this morning that I was reading and I'm like, oh, things are starting to happen.
You're in for a long haul, buddy, because that is
like
9.
9?
It's 9 proper novels plus several like in between shorts, which you probably won't read. But
there's a TV show. This
there's a short story in between books 2 and 3 called Gods of Risk. Maybe you should have read that. Then maybe you would have cared some more.
Maybe. Well, look, I don't know. This book is really going to have to pick up in quality if I'm going to pick up book 4.
You hearing this book?
Yeah.
Pick it up.
So I thought I was just going to keep 9 books. I didn't realize that. I thought I was only 6 books.
No, man.
You sure those aren't 9 planned books?
Oh, there are 8 and 1 planned book.
Oh, my gosh. What have I done? The TV show was cool. I watched the pilot, and it seemed pretty good. If I wasn't reading these books, I'd probably just stick with the show.
Maybe you should just stick with the show.
All right, let's see how this book goes.
Okay.
I've only got 500 more pages to go.
Cool. Double oof.
Yeah. Oof and reading. We already talked about. I didn't watch anything.
I watched Touch and Go starring Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to glue back together the reel of a VHS tape.
Yeah. I'm planning to see Ready Player One again.
Good for you.
I've decided there was enough stuff, like enough big scenes in there that I want to see on the big screen again. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, Spielberg's in his 70s.
Yeah.
And he's going to do the West Side Story and another Indiana Jones movie. So I
was in West Side Story, you know.
Are you in Spielberg's?
No.
Probably haven't gotten the call yet.
No.
So I just feel like this could be the last like really cool Spielberg action adventure.
Could be.
So I don't want to see an Indiana Jones 5. I don't want Spielberg to waste his like twilight years doing Indiana Jones 5.
I don't know why anybody's talking about Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah.
I love Indiana Jones. I love Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
But Indiana Jones 5
I wish they had
seems like a punchline. It seems just like a joke.
Yeah. The
like
problem
an SNL
is
skit.
In the future when Spielberg is gone.
Yeah.
And we have to accept that he's gone. We're going to look at Indiana Jones 4 and 5 and wonder what other movies could he have made.
True.
He was going to make Robopocalypse.
Yeah.
The book I really liked had a very like Crichton feel to it. He was going to direct Robopocalypse, and now he's not. It was in hiatus for years.
Do Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah, well now he's not doing Robopocalypse. You know who is?
Who?
Michael Bay.
Oh, gal.
Yeah. I thought a Spielberg
Marky Mark, call your agent.
A Spielberg Robopocalypse could have been really cool.
Robopocalypse, folks.
Robopocalypse.
is by Daniel Wilson.
Yes.
The sequel, Robogenesis, also by Daniel Wilson, also available at your friendly neighborhood David A. Howe Public Library.
He wrote another book, Amped. I have Amped at home that I need to read. But I read Robopocalypse in one day. So that's just me bragging.
Good for you.
But it was hard to put down. And it had like that pseudo scientific feel that some of the Crichton books used to have.
Okay.
It felt like something maybe like Michael Crichton would have written anyway.
Mm-hmm. Like ER.
Yeah, it felt like ER.
He did it.
So bummed about that. That's a good project.
I still miss ER.
Do you?
That's a show that I'd be okay with them reviving.
Didn't they do it when they called it Grey's Anatomy?
Oh, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about Chicago MD?
I don't know. I haven't seen Chicago MD.
I haven't watched any of the Chicago shows.
No, I watched a little bit of Chicago Fire.
I'm giving up on dramas, man.
Really? Got enough in your own life? Oh. I don't know.
Yeah.
You seem pretty steady.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Mo sitcoms, mo laughs.
Mo what?
Mo sitcoms.
Okay.
Mo laughs.
Okay.
That's my philosophy.
Mo Willems.
It was that laugh at the end.
That's what sold it for you.
Yep.
Mo Willems, of course, are the Elephant and Piggy books.
We're talking sitcoms.
To bring it back to books.
We're talking sitcoms.
No one wants us to.
We're doing a podcast. Tell us about the new Zach Braff sitcom about podcasts.
Oh, sure. Yes, we've been watching Alex Inc.
You
on
not,
the American
not you
Broadcasting
and I.
Corporation.
You and your wife.
Based on the Gimlet podcast startup.
Uh-huh.
I like the podcast and I like the show.
Okay. How many episodes?
It's only 2. I mean, there's lots of episodes of the podcast, but only 2, I think 2 or 3 episodes of the series have aired. It's pretty good.
Funny?
Yeah, I mean, if you like JD from Scrubs and want to see JD from Scrubs start a podcasting
Is it 30 minutes? It's a 30-minute sitcom?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Michael Imperioli from, I don't know. I would say Detroit 123, but there's probably other things that you'd
What
say.
channel is this?
But ABC.
I guess I could watch it on Hulu.
Yeah.
Or?
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's going to go to the way of Scrubs, and then in like season 9, he's going to leave, and they'll bring in
Dave Franco.
To do a podcast.
Maybe.
What up, bros?
I like Dave Franco.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay. Are you done with your bookmark?
Yeah, I haven't read anything. I just read some comics.
Okay. All right. Well,
I've been on a graphic novel kick since 2001.
You sure have. That should be on a T-shirt. Do you have any book clubs going right now with the schools?
Oh
or
yeah.
anything?
The 7th graders are reading. Okay, I can't remember which one. One of the 7th or 8th, one of those grades is reading The Crossover by Kwame Alexander, and the other grade is reading The War That Saved My Life.
Oh, that's the one you liked.
Yeah, that was the one I liked. I still have to read The Crossover, but I got 2 weeks, maybe 1 week.
I thought you'd done that before.
Oh, The Crossover is the one, right, we're reading Booked.
Oh, okay.
Which is the one about soccer.
I see. Okay.
So
great. Sports.
Yeah.
Sports and poetry.
Yeah, I can
It's
appreciate
a good choice for Poetry Month. April, of course, is Poetry Month
it.
as
Is,
well.
yeah. Well, I totally planned that.
Good for you.
I
Good,
planned it
good.
around poetry. Yeah, that's true, too.
You know, while we're talking about this, I should quickly plug that Heather Yonda is going to be here on April 17th at 6 o'clock doing a reading from her new collection. Yep. This is our every April we bring in a guest poet, and Heather's going to be our poet this time. So Heather Yondra, you can join us for this at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, April 17th. The adult book clubs are currently reading Persuasion. That's the Jane Austen book club.
Yeah.
We're reading The Midnight House by Alex Berenson for page turners because remember, folks, Alex Berenson will be here. You can have your book signed by Alex Berenson on June 2nd. And
Berenson Bears.
Patron Picks is doing the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, which I'm sure will be a hit, but not for this guy.
Me?
And we selected our next book for after that, and it's going to be The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls, which I've never read. So
okay,
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be our first nonfiction book club book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I guess I've never even heard of a nonfiction book club.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Well, I just blew your mind.
You could read Astrophysics for People in a Hurry.
Nah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Just thought I'd try.
That's all right.
Be a
All right,
part of
let's switch over to some book news. I've got some advance notices hot off the presses.
This just in. Books are over.
Really?
Yeah, we're out of a job, man.
I did not need
Books
to hear that today.
are done.
No, that's
we're moving
not true.
to Mind Reads.
Interesting. Well, I've got a confusing one for you. Remember that whole Private Rio and the game situation with James Patterson?
Yeah, with James Patterson, sure.
There's a new private book, and it's either just called Princess or Private Princess.
Okay.
Both are dumb titles.
I thought the whole
Both
thing
are for
about
the same book.
Private was that he went to different countries. It was Private India,
Yeah.
Private Down Under,
Yeah.
Private. The
There's
one
a
that
London
screwed it
one.
up was it was Private Rio.
Private Rio.
But then they changed that to the games.
The games. Yeah, I think that's it. Sometimes they're marketed as private : whatever.
Right.
And sometimes it's the actual title of that mission. So this one, probably depending on the country, probably depending on the...
I thought the country thing was cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool.
It's separated from the rest of James Patterson schlag,
yeah,
I guess.
It did. So whatever you want to call it, Princess or Private Princess. This is book 14 in the private series
Which
proper.
gives us no sense of which country this is in. Obviously, a
London.
place that has... Oh, London. Well, there is a Private London.
I know.
Just call it Private London, too.
I know. The thing with the private series is there's the firm is called Private. Okay. And they have agencies in different countries. So Jack Morgan is the lead character of the primary series, Private. And then there's this branches off, which all have the same sort of leadership structure. They're all part of this big company, but Jack Morgan isn't always the protagonist depending on country. So that's probably more than you wanted to know about James Patterson's Private series, but it's my job to know and my job to inform.
That's true.
So
yeah, why are you getting so aggressive about it?
You know what?
Jeez.
All right. Private Princess. Jack Morgan receives an offer he cannot refuse. When the head of the world's foremost investigation agency receives an invitation to meet Princess Carolyn, third in line to the British throne, he boards his Gulfstream jet and flies straight to London. The princess needs Morgan's skills and his discretion. Sophie Edwards, a close friend of the princess, has gone missing. She needs to be found before the media become aware of it. Morgan knows there's more to this case than he's being told. But what is the princess hiding? So if you're a fan of, you know what? And this is no longer co-authored by Maxine Pietro.
Oh, snap.
This is now Rhys Jones, who I know nothing about, but he's not Maxine Pietro, so that's a plus.
For you.
Yeah.
You don't like Maxine Pietro.
No, I do not.
Do you like Pietro Maximoff? Quicksilver.
The Quicksilver. Yeah.
The
yeah,
Quicksilver?
I do. Yep.
Wow. He's
Quicksilver.
never been called the Quicksilver.
Okay.
It's not like the Batman. He's
Okay.
just Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Yeah. I'd be look, it's the Storm.
Okay.
Do you call him the Spider-Man?
The Spider-Man? Look out,
shouldn't.
it's the Spider-Man. What if I'm Beware the Batman? That's
no,
a show.
Batman is definitely
That's
the
a show.
Batman.
Oh.
But I'm just saying.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Not
I'm sorry
the
that I said
Thor.
the Quicksilver. The Pharaoh Key.
The Scarlet Witch, you can go.
Okay. Book 5. That's his sister, so it seems like they both could have the.
Did you say the Ferret Key?
Pharaoh Key.
Oh.
The Ferret Key.
I don't know.
That'd be disgusting.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the Sneaky Pie Brown.
That's true.
Oh, wait. You just hate ferrets in general.
I do hate ferrets. They're gross little, urine snakes.
Jeez. Getting real talk about ferrets on this podcast.
They gross me out.
They're so
They're
cute.
just always all, curled up. And
Look, I'm going to turn in whatever manliness people think I have.
cat snakes.
And just be like,
Who's looking at their cat thinking, man, I wish that he'd have a baby with a snake?
Ferrets are just so fun. There's
not.
One,
They're gross.
they're adorable.
Look,
2,
if you want to talk about Kindergarten Cop and the ferret in Kindergarten Cop saving the day,
yeah,
I'm all
ferrets
for
just
it.
roll into a wall. You can't break them. They're like living slinkies. Ugh. They're great. They've got these little little raccoon faces, but they're tiny. They're smart. One time I had to clean the cage.
You could hear yourself.
When I was helping out at an animal shelter, I was cleaning a ferret cage, and I had to let them out to run around like I was in the bathroom doing that while they were running around, and I was cleaning the cage in there. And there was
you let ferrets just like run around on a bathroom floor?
Look, it was clean.
That's what I'm talking about. Ferrets are disgusting.
There was a grate. And there was just one grate, and it was very small, just like in the middle, and they had the entire bathroom to just like wander around, and they went straight for the grate and started like picking it up. And I was like, no. It just taught me that like ferrets are great.
They're mischievous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, that's fun.
The Pharaoh Key. This is book 5 in the Gideon Crew series by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. Gideon Crew. Oh, Gideon Crew is his name. I thought it was like the Gideon Crew, much like the Quicksilver. But it's just Gideon Crew is his name.
Lost in Space is coming back.
Danger, Will Robinson.
To Netflix.
I liked the show, and I'm one of the only people in the world to have liked the Matt LeBlanc, William Hurt, Heather Graham.
I liked it as a kid.
You want to watch it?
Who played the mom?
Mimi Rogers.
Oh my gosh!
And Gary Oldman was Dr. Smith.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
talent.
A great cast.
I watched it and I liked it a lot as a kid. It made me think like I like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Now I don't think it holds up.
Oh, I think it does.
I think it's pretty long.
I think it very much does.
2.5 hours.
No, it's not.
I think it's kind of the maybe Batman Robin syndrome.
No way. I will. Do you want to watch it? Do you want to watch it this weekend?
I do like the Apollo 440 mix in that.
It's great.
All right, go on.
Brilliant scientist, master thief, intrepid adventurer is shocked when his former employee, Eli Glynn, vanishes without a trace, and Glynn's high-tech lab, Effective Engineering Solutions, shuts down seemingly overnight.
Are you saying Glenn or Glynn?
Glynn.
Glynn?
Fresh off a diagnosis that gives him only months to live, Crew is contacted by one of his former coworkers at EES, Manuel Garza, who has a bead on one final treasure hinted at in EES's final case. Boy, I don't like this. The long-awaited translation of a centuries-old stone tablet of a previously undiscovered civilization, the Phaistos disc. What lies at the end of the trail will either save Gideon's life or bring it to a sudden, shocking close.
Right.
Crew once again faces incredible odds, but as Gideon has proved again and again, there's no such thing as too great a risk when you're living on borrowed time. Are you in or out?
I guess I'm out.
Snap judgment, Eric. Are you? Oh, you already said. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's
no,
right.
but that sounds.
The Moscow Deception. These are May books, by the way. It's coming out in May.
They've been writing a lot. Lee Child and.
Not Lee Child. Lincoln Child.
Lincoln Child and
Douglas Preston.
Douglas Preston have been like. I guess they found success together.
I guess they have.
So that's good.
Yeah, match made in heaven.
Is this part of that whole Long Mars or whatever it's called? You know what I'm talking about?
I think you're talking about solo Douglas Preston.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I thought it was both of them.
Well, it's not part of that.
Okay.
The Moscow Deception by Karen Robards. Clever, cunning, and highly skilled. There's only one Bianca St. Ives, and don't you dare forget it.
All right.
Well, I like the sass
Bianca
of that
St.
one.
Ives, yeah.
Bianca St. Ives was recently put through the ringer, but she came out the same way she always does.
Who am I thinking Bianca? Oh.
The mouse from
Yes, the
Rescuers.
mouse from Rescuers Down Under.
R-E-S-C-U-E. That's Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yeah. And
Zsa Zsa Gabor and, Zsa Zsa Gabor and Bob Newhart.
Yeah, I knew it was Bob Newhart. And both, too.
Yeah.
It's so funny, because aren't they like 30 years apart?
Zsa Zsa Gabor and Bob Newhart?
No, the movies. Rescuers and then Rescuers Down Under.
I think it's like 15 years apart.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
But
you think Zsa Zsa was getting a lot of offers? She just had to do it.
I like Down Under. Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, that's the one I feel like I've seen that a million times.
Yeah.
And I've seen The Rescuers like once.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's like sadder.
The Rescuers is like with the old boozy lady who's like got the kid, right?
Yes. The crocodiles.
Yeah.
Like at one point she's on like the, what do you call those? The riverboats. Yeah. She's on like a riverboat being pulled from behind while like using the two crocodiles as alligators as like, what do you call those things? That ski on water skis.
What are the things you ski on? And the answer was skis. You know what I loved about that first one? I thought this was funny as a kid. The little bug who is their motor. His name was Evinrude. And Evinrude was the brand of my dad's boat motor.
Oh.
They make boat motors. So
yeah,
just
I like it.
Anyway, so
I like Down Under because there was an eagle.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
Yep. They switched it out with those rocks at the last minute.
Yeah.
Remember that? The eagle. Oh.
Yeah. And George C. Scott.
Intense.
is the villain.
Intense.
I don't even think he tries to do an Australian accent.
George C. Scott was the villain of Firestarter with Drew Barrymore. You're thinking of.
Yeah.
Tell you what I'm going to do, not read about Bianca St. Ives. Just know that she's cunning and highly skilled.
Just like Bianca the Mouse.
That's right. And this is coming out June 12th. June 12th, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be able to check that out here at the David A. Howe Public Library. But I want to know what's hip, what's today, what's now, Eric. What's on the New York Times bestseller list? My man.
Young adult hardcover fiction. Number 10, This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp. I don't think... Wow. So this book, this was, I don't know if this is her first book, but this has been here for 72 weeks. This is on the list. Her new book, which did debut on the top 10, is gone.
Okay.
So people don't care about her new book. They just want to read This Is Where It Ends. Number 9, Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. That's doing a lot better than I thought it was going to do.
Night moves.
Number 12, or number 8, sorry, 12 weeks on the list. Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman.
This is with Lionel and Panthro and Schnarf.
And Schnarf.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is his name Schnarf? And he also says Schnarf.
He says Schnarf all the time.
Right. Okay. He's
my
one of those
friend,
characters.
or my college roommate, my old buddy Greg, met the voice of Schnarf once, and he introduced himself as the voice of Schnarf, which I guess you do if you're the voice of Schnarf.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to just be like, have you ever voiced an alien cat?
Yeah. Sure. You'd have to.
Yeah. Anyway, that's about the beloved 80s show Thundercats.
Yeah. Before my time,
Before
by
your time?
just a year
Man,
or two.
I loved it.
Yeah. I missed the top. I missed those like 5 that you were supposed to watch. I missed Thundercats, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Voltron, and He-Man.
I was not allowed to watch He-Man.
Okay.
And I just never watched Voltron.
Right. All right.
But I was all about Thundercats.
Nice.
I had the action figures. I had the coloring books.
Yeah.
I even kind of liked it when they rebooted it. Like 10 years ago, whatever it was.
Okay.
Classic Thundercats I'm all about, though.
Number 7.
Thundercats, ho!
What's that from?
That's what Lionel said. He put his sword up in the air.
Lionel's from G.I. Joe?
No. He's the head of the Thundercats.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
The Thundercats, the show.
The show.
Number 7. One of us is lying. Sorry, you had me thinking.
Lan. One of us is Lan.
Yeah. One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. New this week. Number 6. I Have Lost My Way.
True that.
Gail Foreman. An accident brings 3 strangers together and their secrets unravel.
George Foreman's writing books now? Shouldn't he just be making grills?
Gail.
Oh.
Gail Foreman.
Okay. All right, never mind.
Number 5. Not If I Save You First by Allie Carter. It's complicated between a Secret Service agent's daughter and the president's son.
Oh, Not If I Save You First.
Okay. All right. Number 4. The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Number 3. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Number 2, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. 57 weeks on this list. Beating out Nick's book.
My book?
Yeah, by about 57 weeks.
What's my book? Time Fox?
Time Fox, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know why you try to market it as a young adult.
Well,
kids do not care about Miller Fillmore or Back to the Future.
Okay. Now who sounds like the old man?
Number 1, Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adami.
This is adult?
No, this is young adult.
Still young adult.
Zali fights to restore magic to the land of Orisha.
Okay.
Listen, man.
I'm ready.
You're going to make up words. I'm going to mispronounce them.
Okay.
So, all right. Now we're at the adult fiction. This is Nick's favorite section.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because it's adult books.
Yeah.
All right. So, number 10 on the adult hardcover fiction, we have The Escape Artist by Brad Meltzer. Were we talking about Brad Meltzer?
No.
Recently? Maybe I heard people talking Meltzer. All right. Number 9, The Punishment She Deserves by Elizabeth George. What do you think she does? What? Detective Havers in Linley investigates the death of a deacon accused of a serious crime in a historic medieval town in England.
Oh, boy. What a snooze fest that sounds like.
Whoa. Calm down.
Sorry.
Save the commentary for your momentary.
I hate that I laughed at that.
Number 7, The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn.
Yeah.
Hey,
the reviews on this one are as follows. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Eric's wife hates it.
I don't know. I might be married to the wrong side of history here.
I think you might be.
Number 6, Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Number 5, new this week, To Die But Once. This is not a James Bond book.
Yes, it is.
No. This is by Jacqueline Winspear.
Maisie Dobbs, right?
In the months after Britain declared war on Germany in 1940, Maisie Dobbs investigates the disappearance of an apprentice working on a government contract. James Bond was but a babe in the 40s. Well, I guess not anymore. Now he's like but a babe in the 60s?
I guess.
When would you say Daniel Craig's Bond should be born? Do you think he's 1962?
Yeah, probably something
Daniel
like
Craig's
that.
probably like born in the 50s.
Yeah.
57, I'd guess.
You think he's that old?
1957?
No.
It's not that old. Oh, wait. Wouldn't that make him 70?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting time moves on.
Yeah. Do you remember that super long James Bond episode we did?
Yeah. Nobody liked it.
It was they didn't.
It was just you and me.
I was trying to find what number it was, but I don't remember. Do you?
It
was
the low
early
20s.
on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we were doing it for Spectre.
Spectre, yeah, which was really great.
Whew. Number 4, The Great Alone by Kristen Henna. Number 3, Accidental Heroes by Danielle Steele.
She's at it again.
Yeah. And I'm not saying you and I are accidental heroes at this library.
No.
We're just here getting books into people's hands. And yeah, in some places that makes us heroes.
Yeah.
And
if you think that makes us a hero, then, you know, so be it. Episode 11, folks. If you want to hear the James Bond Spotlight, episode 50. No, it's 58 minutes long, episode 11, books.
It's only 58 minutes long?
All the books. Yeah, that seems wrong to me because I remember that being like 2 hours long.
I think I edited it.
Did you?
That's something fierce because I think our original recording was like an hour and a half.
I think it was too, yeah.
So, number 2, Here You Are, Nick.
Okay.
By James Patterson and Marshall Karp. Red Alert.
I do want to read this. I haven't got my little mitts on it
They've changed the name. It's not called
NYPD Red 5.
Now it's Red Alert. The 5th book in the NYPD Red series.
See, I think that's a mistake. You have the first 4, NYPD Red 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm with you, man.
I like those. Then to switch to
Detectives.
And Red Alert is such a vanilla title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I liked the simplicity of the other ones, but whatever.
Yeah. Detective Zach Jordan and Kylie McDonald investigates the death of a documentary filmmaker and an explosion at a charity benefit.
Wow. That sounds like all of them. But I still like them.
Yeah. You're a sucker for these things.
You're right.
Just these books.
Yep.
Everything else, you've got a strong head about you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm selling stocks in a new company called Chairmaster.
I don't even need to hear it.
Okay.
I buy.
All right.
I want in.
I don't know if people picked up on it, but that was to prove that Nick is a sucker.
What did you say?
Number 1.
No, what did you say?
I said, I can't wait for you to see the bottom line of Chairmaster.
That's what I thought.
Number 1, The Disappeared by C.J. Box.
The Disappeared.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
Well, C.J. Box is one of the favorite authors of this particular library.
You don't need to tell me that, Eric.
I just
Why
thought
don't
I
you
was
stick
telling
to
our
young
listeners.
adult?
A Wyoming game warden teams up with his daughter to find a missing British businesswoman.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Dad!
That's all you have?
It was enough, wasn't it?
Yeah. No daughter of mine is going to marry a bison on my game preserve.
I think that's just against the law. I don't think you're allowed to marry a bison.
Okay. Because of, like, conservation rules?
In part.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Because it was like it was almost extinct for a while.
Yeah.
And now we have to protect them.
Yes. Yep.
So
From
just,
bad marriages.
Just have them sign a prenup. A bison.
This is
a pro
stupid.
bison prenup.
You're stupid.
If you divorce this bison, the bison gets everything.
Wow.
So at least full custody of the kids.
That's a pretty good deal.
Hey, what's a calf? Right? That would be a bison's baby.
Yeah, sure.
So a calf.
Yeah.
All right. So full custody of the calves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything else?
Do you ever think it's weird that we call them calves, but we also have calves?
Yeah.
I guess we have calves. What would you say? We have calves, right?
Stupid. Let's just move on.
Like we don't call baby dogs elbows.
You're right.
Like it had a whole litter of elbows.
You're right.
That's the grossest image
I sure wish.
I've ever come up with.
I sure wish you'd save this for another time.
Okay.
When I'm not around.
All right. Let's move on to our We Love Libraries segment.
Are we there?
Yeah, We Love Libraries segment.
So wait, the one about the bison was number 1, CJ Box?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of anticlimactic.
Was it? I said number 1, CJ Box.
Yeah. No, I know that you said that.
Why is it anticlimactic?
I don't
CJ
know.
Box makes
he is.
top.
He's just kind of a workhorse. Just,
Yeah.
just a series.
Yeah.
A series that comes out of
No
that.
doubt of mine is marrying a workhorse.
I think the worst was the look on your face.
Uh-huh.
Anyway. Yes. So as we mentioned early on, it is National Library Week.
Yay. You can tell by all the sweet content we just provided for 40 minutes.
Stupid stuff in between with something else. But yeah, we're here to talk about libraries.
All right.
Here and now.
And abroad.
And abroad. Sure.
I thought that's what you were going to say.
All right, Eric, take me back.
Here and now.
Take me back to a simpler time, a younger Eric.
Uh-huh.
Your head was the same size. Your body was much smaller.
How dare you, sir? My head has always been proportionate to my body.
Okay, well, photographs don't lie.
Oh, man.
So why don't you tell us a little bit? What's your first library experience? Let me hear it.
Where are you going?
They weren't supposed to know that.
Oh, okay.
I left a paper on my desk.
Oh, okay. Well, empty chair. Chairmaster, if you will. I think I can't do it when he's not here. I'm just talking to an empty space, and it's like I'm talking to no one.
It's like when I start talking about something that doesn't interest you. Now you know. Now you know what it's like.
Jeez. It's very young. Very young. I think I had my first two siblings were in my life.
Okay.
So that means at least 1990.
Now, do either of these siblings hate Star Trek?
One of them does not like Star Trek.
Okay.
The other one, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, so I don't know like how old I am, but I do remember getting my first library card, and that might be my first like memory of going into a library. So this would be the library in North Andover, Massachusetts.
Ooh.
I believe would be where I got my first library card.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure the first books I got out, this may surprise you, were dinosaur books.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm pretty sure that's like, I don't know when I got like into dinosaurs, but it might be around this time that like I was.
Does this predate Jurassic Park?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This would have to be at least 1990, if not before.
Wow.
So yeah, I remember getting out dinosaur books and reading them, and it being like dinosaurs are so cool.
Okay.
So I guess the library system is to blame for the dinosaur fan that I am
guess
today.
you're right.
No, it's to thank.
Yep.
So yeah, I remember that like very, very young. Not my first memories, but like early memories.
Okay.
So, yeah. And it was a big deal. I remember getting my library card and be like, this is the coolest thing in the world.
Did you spend a lot of time in libraries as a kid?
Oh, yeah. Especially when we moved and then I was in my hometown, Haverhill, Massachusetts. I went to that library all the time. Constantly called up my grandmother to just drive me there.
Nice.
And then also, once I was like old enough, just walked there all the time. Walked or rode my bike to the library all the time. For magazines sometimes, for comic books once I was getting into those, but beforehand just like anything.
Nice.
Because this was before the internet, so like
I remember it well.
If I was like, oh, I wonder what this is about, I had to go to the library and check out like 10 books.
Yeah. Which is still more reliable than just searching something on the internet.
That's true. But
just
like,
throwing that out there.
I mean, this was like everything. It was like
dinosaurs were still alive. I read it in a blog.
Well, this was like
they're shy, to be sure.
If I was like, oh, I want to know how I can become a newspaper cartoonist. Library. I want to know the history of pinball machines. Library.
See, are these all connected? You're gonna do like a dinosaur pinball wizard.
This was back when I was. Was when I wanted everything I wanted to be. It was like it just changed like monthly. Like I want to make a pinball machine. I want to be a vet. I want to be a detective.
The pinball machine had been invented by that point.
I didn't want. I wanted to make my own pinball.
You just
machines.
wanted to make a pinball
I wanted
machine.
to join the pinball
fraternity
industry. But you know what happened?
What? You became a pinhead.
This was the late 90s.
Oh, thanks for the high five.
Arcades were on the way out, so
that's sad.
It was a dying market.
Man, I went to such a boss arcade when I was a kid. It was called Aladdin's Castle.
Ooh.
It was dark.
Uh-huh.
It was everything.
It was dark. It was everything.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
X-Men Arcade.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Turtles in Time.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah. That's what you said every week when you went.
Yeah.
You're like, people were like, hey, you want to come to my house and do homework? And you're like, forget about it.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta go to the arcade.
Yeah, you had a quarter tied to a string on your finger.
Yeah, I did. Like a little yo-yo.
Yep.
Sure did. Sure did. Yeah, because it took quarters, not tokens. Can you believe this guy?
One summer,
yeah,
my hometown library was closing because they were going to redo it. They were going to make a new floor and everything.
Construction projects.
So you had to take out all the books you were going to have, and then you'd have them all summer.
Ooh.
So I checked out like 80 books, and they just sat in my room. Yeah, they knew.
You didn't read them?
No, I read a bunch, but
good.
like I definitely didn't read them all.
Yeah. You got to have options.
Yeah. And then when I was a young hooligan at the age of 16 and I dropped out of high school, I don't know, have I shared this?
I don't know.
That I'm a high school nerd? Anyway, it's fine. When I dropped out of high school at 16, not everyone who was in charge liked that idea.
Yeah.
So they like...
Well, it's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea, sure.
Yeah.
They drove around like Haverhill looking for me.
Yeah.
And no one thought to look at the library for me. So I was just in there.
So the library added to your juvenile delinquency. Great. Great.
Well, they didn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just saying, like,
You're like, what are you talking about? I'm 30 years old. I'm here to check out dinosaur books.
You think that's what I was doing?
Yeah, my name's Rick.
Okay.
You dropped off the E so they wouldn't know.
You think that's what I sounded like at 16?
Yeah, so you're 16, yep.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Yep. Hey, can I see your ID? Forget it. Come on. I want dinosaur books. Look out. Look out. Aren't you late for class is what I want to know. Where's your dinosaur section? All right, bye-bye.
Like, I don't know where the dinosaur section is.
I love coffee and newspapers because I'm an adult.
Okay. What are you doing?
It's just you as a teenager.
All right. But it's just saying that even when I was like, I don't want to go to school, I was still like, but I do want to go to the library. It was more like,
I don't want to go to school. I want to go to the library. That's you as a teenager.
Look, I would beat that kid up.
Would you?
No.
I've seen your arms.
You're looking at them right now.
I know.
You don't think these could beat up that kid?
I don't think so, no. I don't think you should beat up children anyway.
Listen, I'm pretty sure 16-year-old me could win in a fight against me today.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Scrappy.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of anger in him.
Oh.
So he's got
he's
that.
At the library.
Yeah, not at the library.
Yep.
So if it wasn't for the library,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be an X-Men fan.
Yeah.
Well, I probably would. But the library had the very first X-Men comics I ever read, which was Chris Claremont's first X-Men. So, like, that was a big deal. Sandman, they had it. So, yeah.
So you're a library man way back. You know what? I think you used your library growing up a lot more than I did.
Yeah, probably.
I don't have a lot of, like, memories of going to, like, children's programs at a library.
Oh, no, I never went to any, like programs. No.
Okay.
I was too antisocial.
But I remember getting a library card, and it was the type that was like a little, like thick, like paper, like cardstock, and it had the little like metal square in it. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So they could sort of like run it over there, and it would mark your library card, like imprint on the book.
Oh yeah,
like card catalog stuff. This was the old days. I think it was just for a school project, but I do remember. I was trying to figure out if they had any like superhero stuff, and I found like a Silver Surfer novel that I checked out, forgot to return, had an $8 fine for the next several years.
Do you like when I was going to the library as a kid?
Yeah,
the computer system I had to use to look for books was almost like running DOS.
Oh yeah,
very old school. Very like you just had black and green.
Yep,
and those were
black and orange in Michigan,
and it wasn't easy to find things. Like typing in subject was
I used to love to like look through old newspapers, like do a newspaper search and then like find. Is that not cool?
No, it's cool. Yeah,
oh,
you were like an 8-year-old looking in the
show me where your newspapers are.
Yeah,
I ran into you.
Yeah,
and you were.
Yeah.
So the library didn't add to my truancy.
I guess I'm just imagining you with like a calculator and a highlighter, reading the Wall Street Journal, checking the stocks.
I had the green like brim up there.
Yeah. Oh, Dow's in trouble.
Yep, that was me. That was me. I think I was older. You know, I think I was like much older when I really got into the library.
Investing in Pogs.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Jack Finney, for example, my favorite. You know, he had books that were just out of print, and it was sort of like, well, I guess I'll never read those books. And then
I did have to go to the library to get out Jurassic Park and The Lost World.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just asked at the desk. I was like, I really want these books, but you don't have them. And they were like, oh, cool, we'll order them.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
You know, they just got those books for me.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So then, like, after that, then I just was sort of like, wait, I can just get whatever I want and, like, read it at the library. Then I was in. Then I was sold. The library I went to as a child was the library that I first worked in.
Oh, nice.
Willard Public Library in Battle Creek, Michigan. Shout out to my Willard friends.
Yeah.
A lot of them are still there.
Oh.
A lot of like
shout out
the old guard that I worked with still there. Yeah. Probably don't like me calling them old.
Yeah,
but
call them the young guard.
Hey, it's facts. It's just facts. I got nothing but love. You know what? The lady, Karen, who ran the bookmobile, was a huge Elvis fan.
We had a bookmobile.
So we talked quite extensively about the king of rock and roll.
All right.
A lot of good times were had at Willard Library.
Nice.
Let's look at some of our listener responses. Let's see what some other peeps have things to say.
Okay.
You want to grab a couple?
Sure. I got one.
Hit me.
Kendra says, love going to... we asked what people's favorite library memory / stories are. And Kendra says she loves going to the book club. It's my favorite day of the month. She's talking about this book club.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We do have a good time in that book club.
Yeah. It's a
Sometimes we even talk about the book.
Listen, I can either say this is Lisa or I can say this is my mom.
Okay, which is it?
It's both.
I'm going to have you choose.
This is from Lisa.
Okay.
That's probably more professional, right?
Your mom's name's Lisa.
That's weird, yeah.
That is strange.
My clearest memory from when I was a kid was checking out the max number of books that I could, which was 10. Whew.
Boy, strict rules.
And some random old guy asking me if I was going to read them all. And when I said yes, he said, "Good boy." I was completely mortified. Also, just remembered how much I loved going to the library and picking out new books to read every week. So fortunate that Grammy was such an avid reader herself. See, that's why I need to point out that it's my mom.
Yeah.
Because she's referring to my grandmother.
True.
And
you could have just edited that. You could have just said, like, that my mother was such a...
Well, it connects because my grandmother was an incredibly...
It's the same one who drove you to the library that you were always calling?
She was she was a very avid reader.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, Grandma, school's canceled today. I need a little drive over to the library if you don't mind.
But a lot of it was just like I get home from school, call my grandma, was like, "Hey, can we go to the library?" She would just
be in it.
Drive to her house.
That's nice.
Then drive me to the library.
That's a nice memory.
So yeah, lots of I must have she must have just been sitting there for a long time too.
Just waiting for your call?
No,
or sitting at the library.
Sitting at the library because I imagine she picked out a book and then I'd be still in there wow, so pinball machines use metal?
Do you remember any of the things that she read? Did she have favorites that you remember from your childhood?
In her later years,
yeah,
she read a lot of nice romances.
I see.
Amish romances, Christian romances, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Your Francine Rivers.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she would just read through them
nice.
Crazy. Westerns. She was big into Westerns as well. Yeah, I don't know if she was still reading that, if she had been reading that stuff when I was a kid going to the library. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I've got a fun story here for you.
Okay. Hit us.
I like this one because I've had experiences like this on the other end of it, so it's fun. This is Facebook user Michael says his most traumatic library experience. Now, keep in mind, we did not ask for traumas.
Yeah. So far, we've got one where my mom was called a boy.
Stay with me.
All right.
Stay with me. My mother, did she have a pixie cut as a child, or?
Look, when I was a kid, people thought I was a girl all the time. In fact, in second grade, I remember going to lunchroom and one kid asking me are you a boy or a girl? And me saying, "Shut up."
Wow.
Yeah. I just had long hair.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
If I was in the 70s, it would have been
big
fine.
old head and long hair.
I didn't have a big head.
This is Facebook user Michael. My most traumatic library experience happened when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I loved borrowing craft books and had been diligently creating when I lost control of my scissors and snipped the corner of one of the library book's pages.
Oh.
I was petrified. I remember hiding behind my mother, crying as we returned the book because I was certain they would say I would never be allowed to borrow a book again. But the nice librarian listened to his tearful apology, told him to be careful with scissors, and then sent him back to the craft section to find another book to check out. To that librarian, I say bravo.
Yeah, good job.
I like that. I like that story. Starts sad, ends happy. And then as he was going to get the craft books, he ran into you and was like, "Are you a girl or a boy?" You were like, "Forget about it. None of your concern."
Is that a dinosaur book you're checking out?
If I remember.
Yeah.
I got to get back to my full-time job as an adult. You know what I mean?
Susan says, I remember getting my library card back when I was in 3rd or 4th grade. It was shortly after I learned cursive, and we had to sign our name on the back of the card. I remember feeling like I was so grown up because I had a card with my name and my signature on it. And then I realized that meant I could borrow books and music from the library. Made me stupid excited.
Stupid excited.
So yes, there was when I was a kid and we moved to Haverhill, where I call my hometown, and then I had to get a new library card.
Okay,
it was a big deal. I'm pretty sure I got it myself once or twice.
Really?
I lost it a few times. I always had to take care of stuff because one time I had Jurassic Park checked out.
Okay,
and my youngest sister dropped it in the sink.
Does she like or not like Star Trek?
I don't know how she feels about Star Trek. I think she likes Chris Pine.
Okay, I like Chris Pine.
So she took Jurassic Park, the book, and put it in the sink. And then I had to return it and pay a fine.
Oh,
and also, I had this book about earning money, which is ironic.
Yeah.
And my other sister, the one who doesn't like Star Trek, brought it outside, left it outside, and then it rained. And I had to return that.
Oh, no.
And so...
You don't know if you could take it.
I had to pay for it.
Took so long to bake it.
I had to pay. I had to pay for it, which bummed me out because I was saving up for Amazon Trail.
Oh yeah,
the spiritual sequel to Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Luckily,
well, your dreams were bitten by a snake and died that day.
Yeah. Well, luckily I finally had the money and I ordered it. And it was hard because it was like a school thing. So I had to give the lady who ran our computer lab at school the money to order it for me.
Yeah.
She did. That seems really nice now that I think about it.
That is nice.
Buying me computer games.
Well, the question on everyone's lips is, how was Amazon Trail?
Oh, I liked it.
You liked it.
It's not Oregon Trail. It's just you on a raft going down the Amazon, and you'd get off the raft, and then you try to take pictures of new animals, and you learn facts about them.
Hey,
and sometimes
just
you have
beware.
to fish.
You have hunted 2 tons of buffalo meat.
Yeah.
You can carry back 15 pounds. So you're going to want to be careful.
You have caused the extinction of a
species. You are going to want to be careful there.
For lunch.
You're going to want to be careful there.
Yeah.
And CJ Box will come after you, so don't worry about it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
No daughter of mine.
Let's look at a few others. I like this one. Facebook user Ginger says, things that go bump in the night. And I assume she's meaning the Jane Yolen collection, a YA collection. You familiar with that author?
Yes.
I think that's what she means. And she says she hasn't had a library card in 25 years. What does she do? Well, Ginger, just come on. Just come in. We'll get you set up.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
We love it.
So hopefully she'll come.
Yeah.
Hang out with us. A lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah.
Another one. A couple of these are personal about this library, so I'm going to hit these. All right.
Okay.
Facebook user Joanne says she still has her David A. Howe library card from the late 70s.
Nice.
And one of her fondest memories is taking out records from here.
Is that like an orange cardboard kind of setup?
It probably is the kind that has the little metal clip in it. Cleaning out one of the closets, I found some of the old styles.
Nice.
So Joanne, if you're looking for a replacement of that style, we could probably hook you up.
Hey, do you keep library cards? Like, I still have my Jacksonville library card.
Yeah.
I still have my Haverhill library card.
Yeah, I do. I do have like all the library cards.
Keep them.
Yep. What do you do with them?
Just hang on. Just keep them with my licenses.
Well, they're just in your wallet.
No, they're in a little container.
Okay.
At
Do you
home.
keep your old toothbrushes?
No.
Oh, just
that's
curious.
not related.
No, it's not. Sometimes it's hard to say goodbye.
Hey, do you have previous memories of your school library?
We didn't have much of a library at my school.
Oh, okay. I always had good times in my school library.
I mean, I always like to look through it. School and church libraries, even though there wasn't like a ton of stuff, I'd always kind of go through. I saw the same copy of Mr. Popper's Penguins for about 30 years. I don't think anyone ever touched.
Yeah.
But
as a kid, I'm pretty sure I checked out this book. It might have just been called Dinosaurs.
About the ABC.
No.
Not the mama.
So anyways, I checked out a dinosaur book, and I'm pretty sure that was the first book where I learned about the Ankylosaurus. Oh. But anyway, I had checked it out.
It's a special time in anyone's life.
I think I had a fine because I didn't return it, and then I think I kept the book, and then I changed schools.
Yeah.
So I might be a library delinquent.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, sorry, school.
That is rough.
I have good memories of that playground.
Rough. Yeah.
That school's playground.
Well, we had people on Facebook share a lot of memories about past librarians, past children's librarians. Jamie says spending time with Mrs. McHenry in the children's wing.
Mm-hmm.
Linda says Mrs. Bales choosing fun books for her.
Yes.
And a lot of people just talking about story time and things. So
yeah.
A lot of nice compliments about our library, which we're always pleased to hear. We hope people like it, coming here. Any other ones you want to hit before we wrap up?
I'm trying to think of like a recent one. I guess like when I was in college, and I'd go home, my library card still worked. So I would just check out movies or stuff and then keep using it.
That's fine.
And I guess it's kind of sad that I don't go to that library anymore because it's 8 hours away from where I am.
That's inconvenient.
Yeah. So,
well, I've got one. I think actually in the last episode, 100 episodes ago, when we talked about this, I mentioned this story. But again, this is a Jack Finney related story. I read a book about his writings, and there was talking about 2 plays that he did. And in the book, they were like, no known copies exist. And I was like, whatever.
Oh.
And so we just checked WorldCat. A couple libraries had them, put an interlibrary loan request in, read both of them within a week of reading in that book that no known copies exist.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To think that you could just get anything.
Yeah.
And you still can. So come on in. Come chat with us.
I mean, the big thing is for me that as a kid and as getting older, anytime I was getting into something, I could just go to the library and that would help me. And even as I got older, okay, now I'm into comic books.
Yeah.
The library has comic books. Now I'm in not just superhero comic books, but other graphic novels.
Yeah.
And they have it. And then, starting to get into anime. My library has an anime section.
Yeah.
Starting to get into manga, same thing. Getting into classic rock, they have the music and they have documentaries on it. So it's just kind of anytime I was getting into something, my library was had something for me.
Yeah.
With that, which is really nice.
The library is why I like Star Trek so much.
Oh.
I was
there to blame.
Yeah, flipping through the VHS tapes, and I came across the original pilot of Star Trek, The Cage.
Okay.
And I didn't realize it was just like its own weird thing. Right. And I checked it out, and I loved it. Yeah. It was like my favorite thing. It's still maybe my favorite Star Trek thing that exists. I love it.
Dumbest library story I have is I was going to Blockbuster.
Okay.
Because it was right by my house, my first apartment. So I'd go from my apartment to Blockbuster, check out Rome, season 1.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, but I have to pay.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a ton of money, but I was paying for it anyways because I wanted to watch Rome. And then they didn't have a copy. I was like, I wonder if the library does. And they had it all. And the library was free to check out DVDs. I'm like, I've spent like $20 on Rome season. So anyway, it was dumb of me.
You know, I do love to buy books, and working in this library has made it so I feel guilty every time I go to buy a book. So I'm like, I have access to them for free. Yeah. So,
well, yeah,
that's
why
the downside.
I don't buy new books.
That's the downside to free.
I just buy used books and then check them out from the library.
Yeah.
So
it's the way to go.
Yeah, man.
Keep doing it.
All right.
Also, in National Library Week, we always take a special time to thank our many volunteers. So we have a fleet of volunteers who help us out.
They come on a bus. No.
Who just come every week. You know, they're all very professional, very good. They call us if they can't come in. They take it very seriously. They're very dedicated to this library, and they show that with their time and their appreciation.
Yeah.
And we are certainly appreciative of them. So thank you very much to our library volunteers. Thank you for all that you do. And thanks to everybody who comes in and hangs out with us in the library.
Yeah.
We're always happy to see people.
Yeah.
Whenever we have a quiet time, we're like, where's everybody?
Yeah.
We're lonely. We're bored. Come hang out with us.
Yeah.
But Paul McCartney was here and I missed it. Oh.
It would be funny
Although
if you
in our 3D printer, you printed me a Paul McCartney.
That's
so in
true.
a way, it does connect.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Any library news that you want to bring up?
I guess by the time this is out, you can start bringing your teen photography pieces of art.
Pretty exciting stuff.
To the library. And we'll be collecting them until the 18th. So that's about 2 weeks of, you can just start submitting photos, 12 to 18-year-olds. You can submit up to 3 framed photos. We'll hang them up in the exhibition room. We have Brian Oglesby who comes in and judges and hands out some awards, and then we throw a pretty sweet reception.
He's excellent, too. The way he takes time to talk to each student and really...
It's worth coming to the reception if you submitted something just to talk to him about your work.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be May 1st at 6:30.
Great.
I think it's 6 and we go to 7:30. So we'll have more about that. But yes, bring in your photos. All kinds. Black and white, orange and gold.
Yeah.
Or silver and gold is what orange and gold.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Me neither.
Okay. You take over the mic.
Okay. Well, we've got Linda Cook coming to do her... Is that right? Judy Cook. Judy Cook coming to... Linda Cook's one of our volunteers, actually. We have Judy Cook coming in to do her Civil War presentation on the 12th. So this is sort of part concert, part history lesson, part fun. No, it's all fun. That's gonna be April 12th at 7 o'clock. Then we have Sunny and Pearly coming to do an April in Paris concert on the 26th. We already talked about what the book club's up to. We got our regular slate of movies. No, Cher's not coming.
Okay, Sunny.
Bad news on that front. But Sunny and Pearly, different Sunny and Pearly are coming here. So that's it for me.
All right.
And remember, you can find us on Twitter at All the Book Show, Facebook at David A. Howe Public Library. You can email us at wellsville@stls.org. And remember to rate and review and subscribe.
Yeah, but don't subscribe us late to dinner.
That doesn't really work.
Oh.
Doesn't really work.
Sorry.
Anything else you want to add for the good of all the books?
That's it. Hi, Angelica.
Yeah, hi, Angelica.
And good night.
Yeah, you can listen to us every evening at 8 o'clock on the Angelica radio station.
Yeah.
So,
as you stretch and slowly rest your head on that pillow.
Yep.
Saying good night as I guess the moon shines down on you.
I think they've dozed off. All right, that's going to be it for this week. See you guys.